Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1
Grenadier squad is ready for action.
Angkolot ni Ferma. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. CC Art, playing as the US forces in the blue. And his opponent is going to be Mr. I would assume Samyak, playing as the Ostir or Wehrmacht faction in the red. So once again, we see CCR back in the old habit here and going for the rear echelon spam, or well, we'll see how much of a spam it is, but well, we saw it kind of work the last time, not work too amazingly though at the end, and he ended up losing his game. Let's see if he fares a little bit better. For Samyak, we have him going for the Mechanized Assault Doctrine right off the bat, getting himself the Assault Grenadiers onto the field, and also getting himself an MG onto the field. Now, he did go ahead and build Tier 1 to start with, so it's an interesting decision, especially because he is getting himself Assault Grens. So I don't know why he got Tier 1 to start with. A little bit confused on that side. I mean, there's nothing bad with, you know, getting Tier 1. That's fine, but he hasn't used it just yet. He went ahead and got Assault Grens and then got a second one. Now, a lot of times we've seen Assault Grens come into play just one, and then you follow it up with a Gren, so, you know, in that regard, it's fine, but not so far. So hopefully he gets something here to justify it, because otherwise, I don't get it. Anyways, down south we see a big engagement. Big, I say, even though it's just rear echelons and Pyos. Fighting at range, the Pyos are in heavy cover, so they will take forever to die. We see more rear echelons moving along the south, going along and capping up in the north. We have more engagements. Assault Grens, though, getting themselves right on top of that rear echelon squad, tearing them to, well, leaving them in one piece. They don't really die, but they take a little bit of damage and are forced to retreat. More Assault Grens up in the north, moving around, and we do see Samyak going for his Gren squad, so saying that he likes the playstyle. I guess he hasn't seen CC... oh, sorry, CC Art's rear echelons before, but yeah, he does go ahead and build the Grens, so yeah, there's the justification. He is going to be utilizing it. It was just a little bit odd to see the second Assault Gren, but I suppose, you know, to each his own. He has his reasons, and to be fair, Assault Grens against rear echelons, pretty good matchup. Rear echelons aren't really able to dish out that much damage out in range, so the Assault Grens, for the most part, should be able to close the distance and get on top of those guys and, well, win most engagements. At least early on. We'll see how it progresses. CCR, though, as we saw him last time doing the same strat, he did go for his Airborne Company, which will give him access to the Pathfinders, which is what I believe he will be following up with. Now, he has gotten himself an ambulance. Currently, oh, I don't know why I was looking over here. Oh, I know why, because the game puts the blue guy over here on the left, even though it spawns on the right, so thanks, map. Yeah, he has an ambulance on the field just to get those rear echelons up to snuff, because, well, they're sufficiently weak already, so it may as well get him as strong as possible. Pyo squad still alive there, down to 2 men so far. We see the rear echelon here in the south getting engaged by a Gren squad. Down to 3 men forced to retreat. Behind the lines we have Assault Grens tearing apart more rear echelons. This one's going to go down, and that is par for the course with CCR. Most of his rear echelons are not going to survive long into the engagement. We see a big set of wire getting laid down there by Samyak early in the game, just to deny that cover in the center and make sure, well, shit's working. A lot of talking here. A lot of,
We are losing us.
oh, anyways. So yeah, he's talking about this path and what's he gonna do, trying to guess, I suppose. Anyways, Pathfinder's now on the field for CC Art, as long as those rear echelons are able to provide a little modicum there of support. Should be able to dish out quite a bit of damage. We see some mines. Nope. Interesting. Fighting position getting laid down right there in the center of the map. I'm assuming this one is going to be set up to defend this point so that it doesn't get cut off. Up in the north, the bigger engagement goes on as Grens and the rear echelons engage. Pathfinders popping inside the house, going to be able to dish out quite a bit. However, they are in heavy cover though, so it's going to be a prolonged engagement. Further up north, rear echelon squad capturing some victory points, and in the center, we do see that fighting position getting upgraded with a 50 cal. Do we actually see the angle on it? No, not yet, which is unfortunate, but we'll see. So, we see the grenades flying from the assault grens. Assault grens do have those grenades where each member tosses one. Not as powerful individually as, you know, the standard potato masher. But there's a lot of them to get tossed, so, yeah. So, rear echelon up in the north, retreating to the first assault grunt squad. Second rear echelon also retreating. As like I said, for the most part, the assault grunts will be able to win most engagements there. They do take a beating, you know, they're not invincible, but the SMGs start to add up close range. Pio squad and rear echelons down south engaging relative close range. The Pios though taking a beating out in the open as they close the distance. However, now they're able to dish out the damage at close range, bringing the rear echelon squad down to 2 men. The Pio squad will be losing another man in the process. It's 2-on-2. Pretty close engagement here, but with the range difference here, the Pios managed to edge out at the very end and win. MG in the center, turning itself around, just trying to position the gun, not really having too much luck doing anything. And up in the north, the assault grunt squad managing to capture territory. As CCR is, I'm assuming, teching. Yep, he's getting himself the captain onto the field. And we can only assume that the captain is going to be utilized to quickly pump out a steward. And yeah, the steward is coming into play. Is CCR going to be moving the captain inside to pop its speedy ability? I believe he is. Maybe, yes, no, maybe, yes, no. Sitting there. May as well do that, but he's not doing it just yet. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm trying to see if he actually does it at any point, but he's not doing it. I guess maybe a misclick or something. Anyways, up in the north, we hear the engagement going on. Pathfinder's forced to retreat. Assault grunts closing distances, getting on top of everybody. Yeah, that's not going to go any quicker, but, well, it'll come out eventually anyways. Kind of weird that no music is going on in the game right now. Can't hear it, but oh well. So anyway, Steward on the field. So Steward trying to be a little bit of a shock impact troop there. See how it works out. Up in the north, rear echelon squad and grand squad duking it out close range. Rear echelons automatically lose that engagement. Then we have another rear echelon fighting at long range against the assault grunts, although they are in heavy cover, so they will take forever to die. The rear echelon squad up north managing to hold their ground against the Grens. The Steward forcing it to retreat. We do have a Pack-Gun on the field. Pack-Gun currently moving into the center, going up to the north to provide a little bit of support. Shots flying here from the captain, trying to pop some of the defenses. We do see shots impacting on the tractor there. Pack-Gun setting up, getting a good shot going on the Steward, but the Steward is now backing up a little bit, or has backed up, so the Pack-Gun is no longer in range. Captain squad is forced to retreat down to 1 man, almost gets taken out. Rear echelon squad following suit, also almost getting taken out itself. And the assault grunts just sprint away and, well, stay alive. Down south, rear echelons capturing. CCR pretty much controlling the south handily. Rear echelons and Pios engaging, relative close range. Heavy cover taking into effect here, but seems to me like the Pio squad is losing here. And for Samyak, we have Panzer Grenadiers coming onto the field, keeping a little bit more infantry onto the field. So Pack-Gun pushes forward, getting itself a little bit of a tough spot there. Still 4-man strong, hadn't taken any damage, so it's able to walk out of there without much of an issue, but had Pathfinders and rear echelons that are now getting equipped with bars, assaulting them. So grenades flying into the house, double grenades, including a rifle grenade, all of them missing, almost collapsing the house. The house is no longer usable. If CCR pops anything in there, he risks anything getting taken down. Pathfinders, though, with their marksman rifles, able to do quite a bit of damage here to these squads. The bars on the rear echelon squad trying to do what they can. Down to one man, forced to retreat. Not going to be able to... I mean, it will be able to make it out of there, but not going to be able to stop anything else. The... yeah, oof, that was... close little flub there by CCR. He accidentally retreated there and popped the crew out, and almost gifted Samyak a free little tank there. So CCR building himself a pack howitzer just to have some additional well, things on the field. Samyak, for his part, not really doing much. Pretty much holding steady with what he has. I'm going to assume he's going to be teching then in a little bit. We'll see what he does. For the meantime, though, he is just simply capturing territory and moving around. Down south, Pio squad still trying to push, still trying to do what it can. Hasn't gotten upgraded with anything just yet. Samyak dumping his munitions into those grenades and such, making sure he can flush out anything. This house on the brink of collapse, even though it looks fine from all the other directions. It's missing a little bit of a wall there. More like a little bit of an entire side of the house. Steward up in the north, forcing the assault grens to retreat. Now that is, of course, the weakness of the assault grens. They have no modes or measures to deal with vehicles of any kind. With their SMGs, they can, you know, sometimes deal with lighter vehicles at close range. They can inflict some damage, but, you know, anything heavier than that, and they're pretty much screwed. So Bard, rear echelons down south, engaging against the Pios, both of them keeping their distance. We see the center map, the rear echelons going into cap, mines getting sweeped. Nice little thing there that can be done is, you know, giving the squad a bar and a sweeper, which allows them to still fight a little more effectively. And on top of that, they don't actually show the icon of being sweepers, so at first glance, your opponent might not actually be, you know, aware of that and might not even target them. Oof, nasty hit there by the pack howitzer on that assault gren squad. Down to one man, may actually be taken out here, although the rear echelon squad is forced to retreat. This squad can actually cut the wire if it so desired. Looks like it is going to do just that. Wire getting cut. And second wire over here could also get cut, which is nice. Rear echelon squad down south, managing to push the Pios a little bit further up north. Stuggy on the field for Samyak. Pretty standard. I mean, mechanized assault. We know we're going to see that, and it's an excellent choice, especially because of all those rear echelons. Those are just nice, soft, sweet, juicy targets, and they're easily killed. Captain back at base is currently being set to supervise the building, which is surprising. It is, you know, the well, the better, I suppose. Not the only one, because there is a AT gun now on the field, just coming out, but sorry, had to yawn there and get a little bit of oxygen in that brain. So second Stug E on the field for Samyak. We see more Pathfinders coming into play. Bazookas will be needed to take out these things. But for now, I suppose that's going to have to do. The Steward can actually take out a Stuggy. Obviously the Stuggy's weapon can damage and kill the Steward. But, you know, since it is a turreted tank versus a assault gun, if it can actually catch it out of position and circle strafe it, the Steward can easily kill it. It can actually easily kill the standard Stug, so, you know. However, both Stuggies are currently moving up to the north. The Steward, a little bit out of position there. These guys can actually cut him off on the retreat. However, I don't think this is going to result in a kill on that. We'll see. Panzer Grenadiers do not have Shreks. These guys don't have Faust, so not a lot happens. The Steward is going to be providing some support here for the rear echelon squad as the assault grunts close the distance, get themselves right on top of that cover. Shots flying from the Stuggies, like I said, they do damage, but, you know, it's not a standard Stug. It's not going to kill it very quickly. House getting collapsed there by the Stuggies, and Steward just moves the hell out of the way. Rear echelon squad, though, up north is very clumped up, needs to retreat, manages to retreat, shots fly at it. Shots will hit and get some kills. 3 members still alive. Can they all make it out of there? Looks like they can as they round the corner and managed to make it through. Samyak saying that he's going to be getting a Sherman now. Trying to, I suppose, play a little bit of mind games there. Trying to guess what the build order is here for CC Art. So far, though, nothing really going on. We don't see CC Art teching. And, yeah. Anyways, rear echelon squad here in the center, getting hit by the Stuggies. Second one faring a little bit better, as it does have the support here of that tank trap, providing them a little bit of cover. Shots flying from the AT gun, though, do manage to inflict quite a bit of damage to the Stuggy. However, we see a flanking and strafing assault grenade squad getting itself right on top of that AT gun. Grenades flying all over the place, getting some damage on the AT gun, but not managing to decrew it. Rear echelon squad forced to retreat, and then we have Pathfinders picking off those assault grenades, doing quite a bit of damage, bringing them down to one man, but they are still alive. Now the Stuggies managed to inflict quite a bit of damage into the house, collapsing it. It looks like a rear echelon squad was lost in the process. It also had a bazooka inside, so I'm assuming that is why CCR left it in there. Shots flying from the pack howitzer, inflicting quite a bit. However, Pathfinder squad getting wiped out there by a grenade. Not looking good here for CCR. AT gun getting assaulted here by the Stuggy. Shots flying at the Stuggy, getting some good hits in there. And we see the Steward pushing forward. Steward, again, not the best, but it can do quite a bit of damage if it's allowed to. Also has the capability to stun, so you know. It is a legitimate threat there against those guys. And again, the captain's just left back at base, not getting reinforced, not getting sent out, which is unfortunate because it does have, well, 2 bazookas there that could help out against all this. There are some bazookas equipped on the rear echelons. It looks like they're basically a mixed troop. They have 1 bar and 1 bazooka. However, they're unable to do too much here. A bazooka getting dropped there onto the field that the rear echelon squad can't pick it up. Pathfinders could actually pick it up, and the Steward up in the north just gets torn apart, as there is, of course, a pack gun there providing support, so, you know, couldn't actually really push too forward. Pathfinders are going to be having to sacrifice a little bit of anti-infantry there to pick up that bazooka, because CCR realizes, well, I can't really hold this, so I won't. Again, I don't actually understand. I mean, I get it, but I don't understand. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I get it, but like I understand where he's going for, but I don't understand why he doesn't ever get a 50 cal. Like, he's not back-teching, so I get that, but you have access to it with that, and it's only 260 manpower plus the reinforcement. And, you know, an MG there could have actually stopped all these infantry approaching, you know. Can really help out, but I guess playstyles, I suppose. He prefers not to. And again, the reason I say I don't understand it and, you know, think it would help would be because the rear echelons themselves aren't really able to withstand and hold the line as effectively as rifles would, so you kind of want to boost them with something else, maybe, but I don't know. So we'll see. Anyways, CCR pushing down south. Samyak trying to get a little annoying there with his comments, but I suppose it's all in good spirit. He hasn't really been insulting, so can't really say the intent behind it, so. Again, assault grants closing the distance, getting on top of everything, managing to inflict quite a bit of damage until they are forced to retreat. Panzer Grenadiers also doing quite a bit here against all these troops. Rear echelons and Pathfinders just laying into the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers taking quite a bit of damage, hitting retreat, getting a fortuitous retreat path here through the back rather than retreating forward like the assault grants did, which allows them to easily get out of there and not take too much damage. These guys also made it out, but look at that health. They're very low in health and almost about to die. Stuggies up north, just moving around, trying to capture, or, well, not capture, but, you know, catch enemy troop movement. The rear echelons behind them capping territory, but these guys are seemingly unaware. AT guns in the center for CCR, just, well, covering the center. We see these guys moving down south, and it looks like they're coming up for a flank on the AT guns. This AT gun is going to get surprised a little bit. Second one turns itself around. Good angle there, as it covers pretty much everything. Shots flying at it, though, doing quite a bit of damage. Managing to break through that defense. Shots flying the Stuggies. The Stuggies now in a bad spot here. They are actually, overextending themselves. This one goes down, providing a little bit of cover there as the veteran one manages to make it out of there. Now, of course, though, for Samyak, we do have the Tiger now coming onto the field. And if I were to take a guess, he's just simply going to send it into the enemy base and try and win the game. Nah, probably not, but we'll see. If he does, I wouldn't be surprised, because that's pretty much what everybody does all the time. Anyways, paratroopers finally coming onto the field here for CCR, getting, finally, at the 21-minute mark, an actual mainline infantry into the game. They are expensive, but, you know, they're hardy. Rear echelon squad up in the north, quickly forced to retreat to the Tiger. We do have those two AT guns, although one of them needs a little bit of love here, and should be moving back to reinforce. Yeah, it's back at base. Now, center map, rear echelon squad trying to stop the approaching Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers are going to tear them to pieces, and they do force a retreat, and they actually even drop their bar and the bazooka, which the Panzer Grenadiers could pick up. They already picked up the bar, and the bazooka is there for the taking. And I'm assuming he will. No, he won't, actually. No, he will. Yeah, he realizes, wait, what's that? Oh, that's a weapon. Let me go ahead and take it. Rear echelon squad. No, never mind then. Rear echelon squad with their bazookas there, moving into range, getting torn apart, and the rear echelon, no, not rear echelons, the Panzer Grenadiers retreat, so we'll see. Anyways, paratroopers on the field, gonna get upgraded with Tommy guns. Let me see if they can fighting the assault grunts man to man. Seemingly not, though. They instantly retreat without taking any losses, which is surprising. They were actually inflicting quite a bit of damage there to the assault grunts as they closed the distance. But they did have the support of a Stuggy, so I suppose that was a risk and could have easily gotten themselves killed, so there you go. Tiger moving across the center, going to be crushing some cover around here, making sure that there's no places that CCR can move around. Whoa. And control territory. Grand Squad picking up the dropped bazooka, taking some shots there at the AT gun. The AT gun sitting in the center. Second AT gun is up in the north. Well, not really north, but further north than the other one, as it is covering that little gap there through the collapsed church and the hedge. And the Pack Howitzer, getting veteran C2, 8 kills so far, doing quite a bit, turning itself around to try and face all this. Rear echelons outside of the house, trying to do what they can. We do see finally a good hit there by the grenades, clearing out that AT gun, and the assault grunts, well, they're going to do what they can. Back on my comment on the MG, now I do know that he has an MG, and that's probably why he's not getting one, but you know, that's fixed and can't really move, so you know, a lot of times, unless you leave it there, it's just to, you know, I know it's there to cover this point here, but you know, having a mobile one most of the time is better. Anyways, AT gun in the center, going to be trying to recover here by the Tiger. Actually manages to get recovered, and because of the changes that were made, does not actually get destroyed on the first shot. We see shots flying there from the Tiger at the Pathfinders. Pathfinders getting torn apart. Down to one man, dropping a weapon. He cloaks, picks it up, and then retreats.
300 points remaining.
300 points left for CCR. Samyak at 348. CCR managing to inflict quite a bit of damage on those points early on, but not too much now. Now again, we see the Major coming into play. The captain left back at base, supervising that when he could supervise that and get that quickly. So, I don't know. I suppose at this stage of the game, CCR has already forgotten about the captain and not even counting it as part of his troops. That's why he left it at just one man and is utilizing the ability, but you know, it's there, may as well use it with its ability on the right thing. He did now, but you know, that took a while. Anyway, so yeah, we do have the Major coming into play, getting equipped with a bar and a bazooka, so dumping those munitions as well. Right now, Samyak sitting pretty comfortably. I mean, he has a triple cap currently going against CCR, so he's bleeding profusely. Down to 250 points. not a lot of time. Paratroopers with their Tommy guns managing to quickly clear the south. Going to be getting themselves on top of that point and capping it. Up in the north, 3 echelon squad moving around. We do have a bunker now set up with an MG. Again, this is the kind of bunkers and, you know, defensive structures, like the fighting position, that I understand, like leaving one down here to cover that point. And, you know, again, I get this one because, you know, it's there, but it's simply for that, to defend that area, not to defend your front. And CCR seemingly just sitting around in the center, not really doing much. Just waiting. So we see him starting to get those Jacksons again. This is essentially the point where we kind of saw him lose the last time. Started building Jacksons to try and fight. And that other time it was against Panzer Force, if I recall. And he wasn't able to keep his Jacksons alive, which essentially cost him the game in the long run. Because the Steward this time around, I mean, it did well. You know, didn't do amazing, but it, you know, kind of did what he needed. Pack gun in the center. Again, reasons why to have mobile MGs. This MG's still looking at the front, so you just come at it at an angle, and it's not even able to turn. So the assault gun's just clearing the pack gun. Unfortunately, it is going to lose its veterancy, which is, you know, it was nice there for CCR, but now that it loses its crew, it's still there. Probably will still work, but it does start from scratch. Assault squad retreating, managing to make it out of there. The Tiger taking quite a bit of damage. Jackson moving up, getting a good shot there on the Tiger. Tiger down to about half health, but it is a Tiger. It is still at half health. And since it's not being waltzed into the enemy base like a lot of other Tigers, it's going to stay alive. Paratrooper squad down south, trying to fight against all these troops, running themselves straight into a Panzer Grenadier squad with a bar. Gets himself torn apart. Down to 2 men, sliver of health. 1 man maybe at the end. Nope, manages to make it out with 2. So good luck there for CCR. You see shots flying from the Jackson, trying to take out the bunker. However, though, that exposes the Jackson to the pack gun. Pack gun moving up, might be able to take a shot. No, Jackson manages to move itself out of the way. Good control there as the pack moves up. Stuggy managing to affect the turret there of the Jackson. However, the Jackson is still able to take a shot at it as it was looking at it in the process. And Stuggy gets destroyed. We do get another one coming into play here for Samyak, keeping the pressure on that. And, you know, CCR doing a good job here taking out and neutralizing those threats as they're coming out. Has taken out, you know, 2 Stuggies so far in total, so, you know, not too shabby. However, he's still losing in the victory point count and still only has, still has 3 points capped against him, so he's bleeding quickly. So if he doesn't stabilize soon, that's GG. As much as he wants to, you know, kill stuff. Pathfinder squad in the center. Not really gonna have too much luck. We do have that Stuggy, manages to get a good shot off on it. Although that one doesn't seem to have a kill, so maybe it was a Tiger. And up in the north, the Major getting veterancy by just stepping onto the field.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Manages to do quite a bit. So the Jackson getting recrewed there as the crew went elsewhere. And of course, he does still have access to that rocket strafe, though CCR is spending his munitions quite extensively and getting all his troops loaded up, so it's not an easy task. Paratrooper squad catching a Gren squad way out of position here. Manages to kill it off. And is going to be recovering that point in the south, however, you know.
The sector has been cut off.
Paratroopers sit in the center and cover, providing line of sight here as the Jackson moves up to maybe take a shot at something. There's not a lot though. Pack howitzer though does manage to spot the pack. So it forces it to back off. And we see another bunker getting laid down there for Samyak, making sure that he can still cover the same territory.
Enemy is taking our territory.
So the Pathfinders try to move up and
Under attack.
get the damage going with the line of sight on the bunker. However, they almost get killed, and the Jackson takes quite a bit of damage. Shots flying, grenades flying in all directions here from the assault grens. Pack howitzer having a field day there, just shooting at it. And down south we see Panzer Grenadiers recapturing that victory point as the Major and the paratroopers
Our sector.
look on at a distance, unable to do much. Rear echelons in the center, trying to do what they can, but the assault grens are just too many and too strong. Do quite a bit of damage.
Infantry squad has
Nasty hit there, kills off an entire pile squad as it is
75 points.
repairing under duress. A well-placed shot there manages to kill it off. Paratrooper squad taking quite a bit of damage here as it assaulted the Panzer Grenadiers. Did force a retreat though, and they retreat themselves. Major left on the field and is going to be recapturing the point. Again, slowing down the bleed down to 63 points, but at this stage I just don't think that CCR can pull it off. He doesn't have the victory point buffer for this kind of engagement, and the Major down here is not going to be able to withstand these assault grens, not with a simple bar. And yes, I know it is an upgraded weapon, but it only has a bar. The other thing is a bazooka, so bazooka ain't gonna do shit.
Heavy panzer here. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Nasty shots flying from the Jackson, doing quite a bit of damage there on the Tiger. However, the Tiger stands resolute, doesn't die, and the rear echelons in the center just get torn apart by assault grens, which are just standing by, waiting to rush it into the point. Now we see the rocket strafe getting called in. Oof, good hits there on the Tiger. The Tiger gets its engine disabled, more shots fly, the main gun gets destroyed. If the Jackson just realizes this and moves up, it could actually go and kill it off. However, the Tiger is slowly moving out of the way. This is an opportunity here for CCR, but it could actually just not work out. Panzer Grenadiers in the center, trying to do what they can to stop the capping. Manages to delay for a little bit, but the decap will go through. However, down south, the point has been recovered once again for Samyak, so even with all this, the and unfortunately, though, we see that the Tiger has, in fact, moved out of range and is getting repaired. This plane will not be able to target it. It doesn't look like it's just loitering on top of it aimlessly.
Frontier building has been
I
lost.
suppose you need line of sight for it to trigger. Forget. Maybe you do. The assault grens in the center, trying to go for that point. Finally, CCR manages to capture 2 points, stopping his bleed at 10. I mean, but I mean, there's no way he can hold it. I mean, again, he doesn't have an MG there that can be set up to stop all these infantry from rushing in. The Tiger up north is getting repaired now at about half strength, so it will be able to come back online in no time. And the plane loitering in the center just moves away, as it, you know, didn't really have anything to target because it wasn't able to see anything. No target was provided, which is unfortunate. So it looks to me like Samyak will be taking the game. How well he takes it, I'm assuming it's just through victory points. The center point is still decapped. The southern point is currently capped for CCR, so no bleeding. We'll be able to recover the center point in a little bit. But for how long, who knows? Pack gun gets taken out, gets left there. So bazooka shots flying at it could actually be a tremendous help. However, looks like Samyak is just... oh no, he's actually just going to rush straight through the center. Yeah, bazooka's getting dropped there all over the place. AT gun's taking some shots at the Tiger whenever it can. Pathfinder squad is getting torn apart, down to one man, may actually be dying here. Yep. And grenades fly at the rear echelon. Nice little attempt there by Samyak, but CCR just stands there and doesn't actually move his rear echelons, which end up only taking a little bit of damage, and not too much. Paratroopers coming up, getting right into the center point, managing to stop that cap. However, they themselves are going to be forced to retreat, as Panzer Grenadiers and everything else, including an MG, which is right there, able to be placed onto the point, is able to stop him cold and force him to retreat. Panzer Grenadiers is going to push forward. The rear echelon squad that has a bazooka not going to be able to stop the infantry. The Jackson also not going to be able to stop the infantry. I mean, Jackson is horrible against infantry. It doesn't even have the a gunner or anything like that. So, and the pack gun gets cleared out. So, yeah, I mean that's basically it. I'm assuming the game is going to end when it ticks, though. So, yeah, Samyak, yeah, being a little bit of a dick here. So, throwing in the Batman GG before the game ends, and with one more tick, the game comes to a close, and that is all she wrote. So, I guess I'm gonna have to keep an eye on and see an actual successful utilization of this strategy for CCR, because, well, it's 0-2 from what I've seen here, but obviously he doesn't more, and I'm assuming he wins more than he loses, right? Anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.